Crystallized thinking is the foundation power switch releasing our personal potential. It means written thought. Think of the three properties of water. Thoughts in our head often lack the clarity needed to build a plan around. Before we know it, some of the most amazing ideas we've ever had are here one moment and gone the next. Thoughts that get said obviously have more clarity. They may even float an idea, but they still lack the ability to be shaped into something significant until it is written down. That's when we get to crystallized thinking. Written thought gives us the ability to tap knowledge and generate designs and concepts from deep within our subconscious mind. We can then sort and shape those ideas, making it possible to keep adding to our own thoughts, building upon that knowledge, and compounding our interest. Others can also read it, see it, and add to those ideas, applying their collective ingenuity. Crystallized thinking takes what is complex in our head and makes it user-friendly. It may be as simple as a checklist that we follow that continues to open new opportunities in our life. To put this into perspective, off the top of your head, what is 714 plus 627? Now that's a simple, basic arithmetic function to add two 3-digit numbers if we wrote it down. It's much more challenging to do it in our head than seeing it in writing. Yet, most people are doing almost all of their life goals in their head. Their income and career goals, health and fitness goals, financial goals, family values and relationship goals, things we want to see happen, things we want to see changed in any or all areas of our life. You see, we are goal seekers by nature. We are happiest when we are stretching ourselves and our capacities in a meaningful series of goals that reflect who we are and what we believe about ourselves. Most people do assume they know their goals. Unfortunately, a lot of people spend more time planning a 2-week vacation than they do the rest of the year, and sometimes even the rest of their life. Now take a moment and identify your current most important goals. What are your top 5 goals for this year? We're talking about the 5 most important things you would like to see happen in your life in the coming months. What's their priority of importance? What personal values do you hold dear that are associated with these goals? How do they complement your sense of mission or purpose? What strengths can you access that will give you the ability to achieve these goals, and what weaknesses and obstacles must you overcome if you are to bring these goals into reality? Keeping your answers to your top 5 current life priorities. You are investing an entire year of your life. These are the returns you hope to receive from that year-long investment. If you thought you knew your goals, but had no specific answers to these important questions, then you were unconsciously unaware. You didn't know what you really wanted or why. You didn't know, but you didn't know you didn't know. You still don't know, but at least now you know you don't know, so now you are consciously unaware. Please take some time and sit down and think about your answers. The only place they exist is within your own heart and mind. No one knows what you want better than you, and no one will be more disappointed than you if you don't get it. Only you can identify what you want and why you want it. Once you take the time to crystallize and decide, you become consciously aware. Crystallizing our thinking creates clear mental pictures of what we want and why we want it. Now we're getting someplace. The picture goes deep into our subconscious mind to make us unconsciously aware. Your crystallized goals can now program those images to our supercomputer brain. These mental images influence mental calculation, expectations, and perceptions. The picture is set. These pictures feed into our mind. It can now zero in on our goals and objectives. The psychological term is perceptual set. We magnetize to ourselves what our mind sees for ourselves. Its event plus our perceptions equals our reality. Our brain is on the hunt, looking for what it has been programmed to find. It zeroes in on opportunity. But the key is to find it out there we need to put it in here. Keeping in mind the things we want to keep in mind, feeding the operating system of the mind. If we keep programming our targets, our mind keeps retrieving the information and opportunities it thinks we want. It's just doing its job. It's the power of attraction, the brain doing what it does best. It's the human mind at work. Slight shifts in perception can make all the difference. If we aren't careful, we unintentionally give our mind the wrong programming. Our programming may be disrupting our ability to succeed. In our attempt to do the right thing, we sometimes picture the problem, not the solution. This is called a paradoxical intention. Say you wanted to lose a few pounds and decide to cut back eating pizza. And you make sure you remind yourself once or twice a day not to eat pizza. When I say go, do not think of pizza just for 5 seconds. Go. The first thought popping into your head, most likely, was pizza. Our subconscious mind can't take a joke. The more you think of avoiding pizza, the more you will notice things that remind you of pizza. You start paying more attention when a Pizza Hut commercial comes on. You find yourself turning your head driving by your favorite pizza joint. Your coworker starts to smell like mozzarella cheese. This is the picture sent to your brain if your goal is not to strike out. This is the picture sent to your brain if your goal is to hit a home run. Those are two distinctly different pictures our subconscious mind is getting. So when we focus on the solution, that's a perceptual set. When we focus on avoiding the problem, we've created a paradoxical intention. It starts the very moment we decide on a goal. How many people have a goal to lose weight, quit smoking, stop being late, don't eat before bed, reduce stress, or get out of debt? Our mind doesn't see these words. These are the pictures our mind sees every time you think of your goal. The excess weight, yourself smoking, arriving places late, eating before bed, being stressed out, and surrounded by debt. Don't blame the computer, blame the programmer. Program the solutions. Your target weight, being a non-smoker, arriving places on time, to finish eating by 8 p.m., to remain calm, cool, and collected, to manage your finances and think abundance. Lily Tomlin was known to say, "If I knew I was going to be somebody, I would have been more specific." Don't be a wandering generality. Be a meaningful specific. Create meaningful goals and adventures for your life with the next power switch, applied imagination. Crystallized thought accelerates our imagination. Imagination creates visualized goals, and no person can be any greater than their own personal vision. That statement reveals the 3 phases of creativity. Vision is where we are going. Imagination is how we get there. And visualization is the mental rehearsal of being there. So if your goal is to have a house in the country, that's vision. If you need to figure out where you're going to get the money and the means to make it happen, that's imagination. If you mentally see yourself living there, that's visualization. Albert Einstein was known to say, "Intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination." To think creatively is to think intelligently. Those days in school when you were told to stop daydreaming, well, start dreaming again. Allow for mental incubation. Take time to think, deep think, and power on, my friends.